Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now.
Like it's not.
You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop going. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. Crazy. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up? What up? It's the CO Show podcast. I am your host, CO, and I want my girl Tiffany here with me today. How you
Hey,
doing,
everybody.
Tiffany?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good under certain circumstances today. Well, whatever. We're going to get to that in a second. So, Tiffany, tell the people who you are, where they can find you, and a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So my name is Tiffany Feliciano. That is also my IG handle. I like myself, so there's no alias like Loca Latina kind of thing. But I'm originally from Philly. I've been in Atlanta almost 3 years. I do event design. I'm merging slowly into the wedding industry, which is where the money's at. I also sling some bottles during the weekends as well.
Oh, no. When you say sling bottles.
I do bottle service. Y'all know that's the culture in Atlanta. So I do that as well. I sell sea moss. I've done some production work, like some background stuff in Atlanta as well. So Atlanta has been very good to me. I've indulged in a couple of different things.
Okay. For those who are looking to get married, where can they find you at?
My social media handle, again, is Tiffany Feliciano. I'm currently working on, my company is called Hidden Gem Design. I'm working on that Instagram. I'm a stickler when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Not perfection. We're not going to say I'm a perfectionist, but I know how important marketing is and the power of social media. So I just want to make sure that it's right. I've been blessed enough to be, I'm in the business now, and it's been consistent. Word of mouth, honestly. So, yeah.
Word of mouth is big business.
It's amazing.
Speaking of not really word of mouth, but today I had a very interesting day. And she's laughing because she knows about it already.
Yeah.
But my day today, I went to the doctor this morning, and I had been having pain in my big toe. And I was trying
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's being transparent, whatever.
Okay.
But I had been having pain in my big toe. So I went to the doctor to figure out what it was, whatever. And he basically told me I had an ingrown toenail. And for me, I don't know what comes with having, I know the pain that it was causing, but I don't know what you have to do about it. Like, and initially when I got there, he was like, oh, it looks pretty good. You don't have to do anything. Let's just, it'll be fine. It won't get infected. It'll be fine.
I feel like that's what all doctors say.
Yeah, till he started looking around and figured out, yeah, I'm going to need 2 needles for this because I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this open. And I'm like, anybody who knows me, especially my mama, she knows I do not like needles.
Pause.
Yes.
This man is 6'6".
Yes.
You are too goddamn big to be afraid of something this small, okay?
And they're not even, it's crazy. I don't know what it is. It's been a thing for me since I was a small child. I just have never, like, I start getting hot on the inside. I start sweating.
And he's leaving the part out that they actually used a butterfly needle on him, which is something my 2-year-old gets done.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows you got to bring the butterfly needle out for me.
No, you don't got to do a damn thing. You
do.
better sit your ass on this chair and take this pain for a millisecond.
It's
You're
just
too
like,
big for that, man.
It becomes so stressful for me when they start talking. Even when they talking needle.
I have a question then. Not saying that you talking needles. So hypothetically, you're in a dispute with a loved one.
Yes.
A girl.
Yes.
She pull out a needle. You gonna sit down and be chill?
A needle?
Yeah.
She's getting out. She's got to go. Like, don't pull out any sharp objects. Needle, knife, scissors.
I mean, that's extreme. We're
Don't
not talking
even
knife.
mention those.
What if she just placed it on the table? And you're saying a needle is intimidating, right?
Yeah, because she's trying to insert fear into me at that
Right.
point. She got to go.
Oh,
No.
man.
I don't get to insert fear into you.
It's kind of like, when your kid doesn't know how to swim and you're just over it, you just throw the kid in the water and they figure it out.
Yeah, I think that logic is kind of crazy as well. That's actually how I learned to swim, though. I'm like, it works.
See?
But the lady was in the pool, like.
So I should have brought some needles and just placed them here nicely.
Well, you would have had a short time. I'm going to tell you that. But anyway, yes, that was my day today. I got through it. He got it out. I had my toe is still numb at this very moment, to be honest.
And
with
it was
you.
early this morning.
It was 11 o'clock this morning, and my toe is still numb. That's crazy to me. But anyway, that's the day that I had, and it was very, very rough. It was stressing me out, knowing that I could possibly get a needle today. But whatever, we're going to move past that. Coming up right now, I have a game that we play called Who the Hell Are You?
Okay.
And as I tell people, that game is asking you random questions that give people kind of insight on who you are and how you think.
Okay.
So you ready?
No, but let's do it.
You don't have another choice.
Let's go.
That's what's on the docket right here today. So first, would you quit your job if a man offered like to take care of you financially and he was serious about it?
That's been offered monthly. Yes and no. Allow me to expand on that. So yes, if it's serious and I can trust that, you will have to supplement my income. That's just what it is. Doing what I do on the side, my side hustle, bottle service, there aren't many men that they're really intimidated by that. You know, I'm walking around in a leotard. I don't have a lot of clothing on. I get it. Sex sells. People are drinking. They're under the influence. You know.
Is this a
yada,
regular
yada.
club or a strip club?
It's a regular club. There
Okay.
are strippers that come in, but I feel like that's every club in Atlanta now, right?
Okay. That's like the grocery store, but go ahead.
Right. So, and speaking of for Halloween, I didn't know who the strippers were and who were the guests. I couldn't determine, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, I've been offered that many times. I think my personal situation has left a little a bitter taste in my mouth. I've been married and divorced, and finances get tied into that. So things were taken from me that we had together. So that's left a bitter taste in my mouth personally, but I can't say that I wouldn't. If I trust someone to that degree, I respect our relationship. He wouldn't want me to be in that space, but he can supplement that income, then yeah, I would. Along with that, though, is there a trade? Am I going to be a part of your company? Is there something that I can do to, again, supplement the income and you're just not paying my bills? You get what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I don't just want to sit around.
I'm guessing you're still looking at it like you don't want to just say, all right, just pay my bills every month. You want to actually still do something.
Absolutely.
And still receive money, but just from him versus.
So this is my thing. The bottle service industry or the club industry is very lucrative. I make good money.
Okay.
I used to work 6 days a week, and that was amazing. And now I'm down to 2 days a week because my business is thriving. But it is hard, and it is a crutch, and I will admit that. With that being said, again, I have been offered, would you leave if this got serious? And I haven't been able to answer that question all the way. Because, again, it's left such a bitter taste in my mouth, but I'm not against it. I'm just not one to sit on my butt. I'm just not one to, because, again, it's been taken from me. So what happens if that happens? That's where my mind goes. You know what I'm saying? So
I always feel like a woman, if a man says that to you, he should be willing to cut you a check up front.
I agree.
At least for a year. Like that you can just sit on.
But let's be realistic. Is that really going to happen?
Depends on who.
On the right. So when you have a list of those qualifying men, by all means, I am totally open to interviews. But I have yet to find them in Atlanta, Georgia, in Philadelphia, in Tampa, all those places that I've lived, that they don't exist.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question. Sticking with dating, what's the first thing that you notice when you meet a guy that you may be interested in?
Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth are a big deal to me. I feel like oral hygiene. Mm-hmm. If you can't get that together, you ain't licking, sucking nothing over here. I'm sorry. No, sir. Mm-mm.
Okay.
And nails. Like hygiene. Hygiene is a big deal. So your breath, your teeth, and your nails, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I've heard way far off things. Those are pretty cool, and
Okay.
I understand that. But people look at other things like shoes, your outfit, I guess how tall or not tall you are.
I mean, at first glance, absolutely. I'm 5 everything. I'm not gonna say 5 nothing. I'm 5 everything. So there's no way me and somebody 5'2". What we about to do? Make small babies? No. And
hey, love.
that's an awesome thing. Me personally, I like tall men because I want my son to be tall. Short men, you either got to be funny or rich.
You can't be lacking both of them.
Nah.
Gotcha. If you were dating a guy and y'all were like pretty serious about each other, would he be able to discipline the kids that you currently have?
Yes, I'm okay with that. I am a product of a great stepdaddy. And he disciplined me in a very loving way. To this day, I go to him before I go to my mom. So there is a way of doing it. And, again, because of my personal experience, that type of love is unmatched. Someone choosing you. To be someone's mother, to be someone's father, that is an undying love. I get that completely. But for someone on the outside to make a decision, to raise you, to love you, that's agape love. That's unbelievable to me. So I respect that tenfold, and my hat goes off to all the step parents. I don't like that word step parent, but bonus mom, bonus dad. So yes, I would. But it would have to be something that we both mutually agree. You're not just going to be pulling out a bill and whipping my children and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't beat my kids. But I'm okay with my kids, more than okay with my kids respecting you to a level that you can discipline, absolutely. But as long as it's not detrimental to their upbringing and that kind of thing and causing any friction, then yeah, I'm with it.
Gotcha. So if you could have 30 seconds with Trump and he had to listen to you, like, he couldn't speak, he had to listen, what would you say to him?
I have to speak.
Yeah. Like, you could get your shit off talking to him, and he couldn't respond. He just had to listen. What would you say to him? 30 seconds.
Man. You are a piece of shit. I don't know. 30 seconds, that's tough. I don't know if I would have anything to say like that. I guess I would have more questions. Like, where does this come from? Where does this hate come from? Like, what was your upbringing like? I would really want to get to the core underlining issue. So I think I would ask more questions to get more understanding. My dad used to tell me, like, every finger that's pointed out, there's 3 more pointing back at you, right? So he's pointing the finger, but there's something going on with him internally. There's something he was brought up with, something. So I would ask questions. Like, did your mama drop you? Did your daddy love you enough? You know, those kind of questions. There's something going on that he's not very happy with self in a way, or something that he was taught for him to be the way that he is. I want to get to
white.
that.
He's rich.
I mean, other than that,
there's
though.
really nothing to get to the bottom of.
No, there is. There has to be.
Now,
there has to be.
He's white, he's rich, and he's old.
So that makes you bitter and miserable? But what happened when...
No, that makes you...
Trump 23.
Huh?
You're going to tell me Trump 23 wasn't the same person that he is right now?
I think he was probably a likable guy. I
disagree.
I still think, even in the black community, I think that...
Because of money.
As
eliminate
men,
that.
Celebrity. Celebrity carries more weight than money sometimes. Black people like...
What makes you a celebrity? TV?
Yes, absolutely. Come on now. You know better than that. Even if you may not feel a certain way about them or feel like they're just so great. And me neither. But I understand celebrity is anything that you can see that you probably feel is unattainable on TV. That's celebrity. It is.
I would probably curse him out in Spanish. That would be my 30 seconds.
Oh, he definitely won't know exactly what you're talking about at all. Do you think it's possible for men and women to just be friends?
Absolutely.
And they're both attractive?
Yes.
You
I
do?
have just friends, yeah. Men that I have not slept with whatsoever.
No,
absolutely.
but you may not want them. Have at any
have
point
I been
have
tried?
They ever wanted you? Yeah.
There are several male friends that have never ever tried me. Now I don't know what goes on in their mind, but I have several male friends that have never ever tried me. I completely feel safe with them. We've gone on vacations in a group and nothing. Absolutely, yes.
Are they single?
They're single. Absolutely, yes.
I don't know about that. Okay.
Yes, what do you mean? They're people that are grown. See, how old are you?
39.
And you're going to tell me you don't have any female friends that are single, that are attractive, that you consider a friend?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's Atlanta. Y'all
I'm
can
not
kiss
even
my
joking.
ass. That's unbelievable.
I'll move to
me.
any town in this country, and it's still going to be a no. It's not happening. It's probably...
I'm trying to think, do I have that in Atlanta? I have that back home, for sure, in Philly. I have a male friend or several male friends in Florida when I lived there. I can't say, so it's Atlanta. I blame Atlanta. It has to be Atlanta. It has to be. There's no, how, why?
It's just how men are wired. It just is. It's like you see, if you're single and you have nobody and you see you find an attractive woman in front of you, you're going after her. And there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, I'm not a man, so
Now
I
she
can't
may not
think
be
like
open
that.
to it. I'm just saying it's nothing wrong with it.
So I will say this: I haven't been tried, but I also feel like I'm either black or white. There's no gray area with me. So you know if I'm feeling you or if I'm not. And then if I'm not and you're just friend status, I'm pretty stern with that. So I feel like people know, oh, don't even try Tiffany. Like she ain't not even going for it. So maybe they hide that, but I don't feel uncomfortable around my male friends that are very much single. Some of them are married too. Some of them are been in relationships and so on and so forth. But there are a few male friends that I'm completely comfortable with that we're just friends, and that's just that.
Okay, we're gonna continue this game. We're gonna continue this game in the next segment, and we have a topic that's basically went viral in the past couple of days. It's a young lady, 30 years old. She has a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old, and she did an interview with this guy, and the guy basically went in on her, telling her, "Hey, you have 2 kids. You're 30 years old, and you had kids with a guy you never made marry you or anything like that. So you're probably not the best pick for a man if he has any value and he's out there looking for a woman. Stay right there."
What's your name?
My name's Susan.
Hi, Susan. How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. What you got for me?
So I'm 30 and I have 2 kids. So I'm single. I have 2 kids from a previous relationship. So I was kind of trying to rate myself, but I am still like very like young, active. I have a lot to offer. I make great money. I have good, well-behaved children, and I am in LA dating, and I just find dating in LA so hard. So I actually don't have like a problem like meeting like what you call like high profile men, like men or
You
high
just got a problem
value.
getting a husband.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because you got 2
I-
kids.
so it's just the 2 kids thing.
No,
like,
it's not just. It's big.
All right, we are back. Now that audio right there was from this guy, Kevin Samuels. Now I had never heard of him before, but
No one has.
he has a pretty good following. But he used to be married to a woman who had a son or had a child.
And he's big.
And I'm guessing he had a bad experience from that.
Absolutely.
Because even in the part that you didn't hear, he basically talked about he would never date a woman again who had a child. And from what he was going back and forth with her about, it was kind of crazy. But that young lady, like I said, she's 30 years old. She has 2 kids. She had them at 20 and 23. And she lives out in LA, which has to be a tough place to date.
Absolutely. I feel like
Super tough place.
anywhere is a tough place to date, but LA, I can get that.
LA, like, I don't know who's tougher, LA or Atlanta, but especially for a woman, because I don't know how many guys are out in LA, but I know in Atlanta
The ratio sucks, right?
that's crazy. But he basically went in on her, and I don't all the way agree, and I don't all the way disagree. Like, I think he made really, really great points. I think most women, and you probably did too, have an issue with his delivery. It's like he almost talks like he's super old from back in the day, and he just talks down to women versus talking to you, or talks at you versus talking to you.
No, I think my issue with his delivery is that I immediately sensed that it was personal.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. No one's that upset or that about something that they haven't experienced. There's no way.
He was pretty calm though.
No, he was pretty calm. He was ignorant, though.
He said he's a life coach.
That's nice.
Which
I don't
I
need
still
you
don't
coaching
know that-
anybody's life with that type of outlook, and nah, absolutely not. Although I understand, that's why even in your questions earlier about the whole Trump thing, there's an underlining issue, right? And his underlining issue was more than likely this child whom he was married into was probably preteen. It's a boy. He probably don't want nobody dating his mama. Gave him a hard time, and he couldn't handle that. That is your problem that you couldn't handle that.
But do you think it's hard for you? Because I listened to the whole thing. It's about 22 minutes. He made a lot of good points. Do you think it's hard to like give him credit, or because of his delivery and just how he came off from the bat, and just how he seems like how he talks to women?
So my issue is the way that he said it. I understand the context. I understand what he was saying, but the delivery again came off very bitter, very angry, very personal, and I don't think that's going to speak to a woman such as myself, because let me tell you, I don't have an issue. Men want to meet my children because they know that that's how you get to me. They know you get through my children, and I see that, then then I'm all in. I've actually had to break off things because they're so pushy with the whole, when am I gonna meet the kids? Never, not anytime soon. Not until I'm completely comfortable or ready. And they looked at that as, oh, you're not in. You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I personally don't have an issue with that whatsoever. Although I can understand, because I've been the teenager I wasn't so excited about my mother dating, and I'm a teenage girl. I grew up in Philly, and I wasn't. Me and my stepdad are like this, so that's my daddy. That's my daddy. But you ask him right now. The first year, I gave him a whole lot of lip. I gave him a whole lot of everything he didn't deserve. But that was just me not wanting someone in that I didn't feel like was great for my mother, or But what did I know at 12 and 13 years old? You know what I'm saying? So that was going off of my mother's broken heart or past relationships or that kind of thing. So I understand from a child's perspective and how difficult we can make it for the person walking in. Totally get it. That kid scarred that grown man, and he is carrying that hurt with him, and that's something that he needs to talk to a therapist about, because that delivery sucks completely. Although I understand it, the delivery made it very hard to look through the fuckery of what he's really trying to say. And I totally get it. It's hard to reprimand a child in their teenage years. It's even more, I would only assume it's harder to reprimand a boy who's the only man in the house. Gotcha. And now he has another grown man, or a grown man coming in telling him what to do when this person don't know me from a can of paint. So I get that. So again, I understand what he was saying. I don't agree with how he was saying it. It comes off very bitter, very hurt. He's scarred. He is upset about somebody's son.
And your experiences shape you. I don't know how bitter or scarred he is, but I will say that that was just a piece of it, of what he said. He pretty much got into a lot more about it, because the young lady had the same energy you had, you didn't hear it, but she had the same energy you had in saying, I don't really have a problem finding a man. I don't really have a problem, because she was attractive. His rebuttal to her was, all right, you can find a man, but we're not just dealing in finding a man here. We're dealing in, did you get married? Right. And in his mind, it's like marriage was the key. And if marriage is the key, did you get married? Because a lot of men will meet you and be like, oh, she nice. She got some kids. I don't care about that. Like, I just want to hit her. Like, they just want to hit. Yeah, so in his mind, he's like, okay, well, men will take you out, show you a good time, have sex with you, but will they actually buy you a ring, walk down the aisle, and marry you? Yes. And that is his thing. It's like, you can say it, but if you have not done it, it's like, where's your argument? And I get that you said you've been married before, but in that conversation, she was just saying, yes. And her thing was, she even has a man. She said she had a guy currently, and the guy actually took her ring shopping 3 months before that. And in him taking her ring shopping, she kind of looked back on their relationship and said, he's not really the guy that I really want to be with. That's how she looked at it. And for him, it's like, okay, you have a problem finding a man who you say is fit to be your man, but you have this guy right here who's willing and able to marry you, but you're shooting him down.
So just because I have children, and just because that eliminates so many of these men, I have to then settle for the first month that it just comes around and is like, hey, I don't, if it's not fitting, and I'm speaking from experience, if it's not fitting, then it just doesn't fit me. I personally don't have an issue with men wanting to commit or wanting to meet my girls or anything like that.
What age group do you date in? And how old are you? Because I don't think we got
I'll be 33 the day before Thanksgiving. 25th.
Okay.
And I typically go for older men for a lot of reasons.
How much older?
5 5 to 7 years.
So 40.
Yeah, I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that and I choose to do that because I know I have a level of responsibility that most girls do not.
Mm-hmm.
That comes with experience. I would prefer someone that's much more experienced in life. I don't just come by myself, so I not only want you to pour into me and teach me, but you're also going to be an asset to my already set family, and I need you to be able to teach them some things. And again, I'm speaking from a woman that has had children and had someone come in, married me, helped raise my daughters with no problem, and we currently have a son together.
Okay.
And then I'm also speaking from a stepchild that a man came into my life after a multitude of them when my mother was, figuring herself out, and I wasn't so excited about him at all. And he ended up being the love of my life. I love my stepdad to death. He's very close to my daughters. You couldn't tell us anything. We are daughter and father. That's just the way that we look at each other. So I look at it from both perspectives, I guess. But I, again, personally don't have an issue with that, and I feel like that has a lot to do with how your standards and how you raise your children. I feel like a lot of men judge based off your child's behavior, and I can understand that absolutely. If your child is ripping and running the streets, if you got a teenage boy, teenage girl, and there's no discipline in the house, then you're now putting that pressure on that person to
Do you think it's fair
supplement that discipline.
to the stepfather, I guess the guy coming in, I should say?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's fair that he has to deal with the issues that she may already have?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think that's baggage?
I wouldn't look at it as baggage. I feel like it's much easier, I guess, to raise children when they're much younger than going into teenage years or already in teenage years. So I can understand that. I mean, it really depends on what he can handle. I can see somebody that has been raised in a big family and that can handle that kind of stuff. Again, I wasn't the easiest teenager.
Gotcha.
My mother walked into that relationship with 3 daughters. I was the oldest one. I believe I was 12 when I met my stepdad, and I did not make that very easy whatsoever. We talk about this till this day, how much crap I gave him.
Let me ask you this. How long do you wait, like, for a guy, because you spoke about this before, how long does a guy have to wait to meet your kids? Because that's a difficult task for a woman. Because you don't want to wait too long,
right?
Because your child may not like, or your children may not like him, and you don't want to do it too fast because you don't really know if he's gonna be there. So, like, what's that time frame?
So there is no time frame. I feel like that kind of thing has to be organic. I personally would want to see how this person is around children.
Yeah.
So maybe in like a group setting where we're not intimate and we're not talking, we're not like affectionate like that. And maybe just to see how the conversation goes or the interaction goes. I would probably go about it that way, but I can't say that I have, all right, you got 90 days and then we're going to go ahead and sit these kids down. And, it's not like that. I feel like that kind of stuff just has to be really organic and, yeah. There's no time frame. Not to me, at least personally, not to me.
Okay. On a lighter note, like, my mom didn't have this, but I didn't stick around long enough to find out. Do you have like a cutoff age? At some point, your kids got to get the hell out your house. Like, what age is that?
Oh man. Okay, so my youngest daughter, she'll be 13 in January, and I know that girl is gonna put me through it. She's such a brainiac. She's gonna want a degree. She's indecisive.
Yes.
So I'm already mentally prepared that she's gonna live with me for a very long time. And my other two, my twins, they'll probably, go and be independent and spread their wings. But I'm a mama bear, and I mean, ideally, I want y'all all out at the same damn time, so I could, have my own space.
Like
but
off to college, never come back.
No, not never come back. I speak a good game now, but I'm probably gonna follow them. So, but my youngest, I know for sure she's gonna be in the house for a little while. So 18. 19. Now, if we 21, 22, you ain't finna come into my house no 3, 4 in the morning. We're not doing all that. You can do all that, then you can go ahead.
When you're 21, 22, you got your own personal life. So that's a difficult one if you still stay at your mom's house because you be having like guys
right,
over,
exactly,
girls
and
over.
I'm not doing all of that. So, but me, and again, this goes to bringing up your children the right way. So I would hope that in these years to come, I am preparing my children. They want to get out of mama's house
for adulthood.
Yes, they want to get out because they want to experience adulthood and not be up under my roof with my rules. So, yeah, how you raising your children? They should want to come out.
All right, one last question. So you meet a guy, y'all like each other. Y'all spend a lot of time together pretty quick, and you come to find out your girl, like your best friend, he dated back in high school, but you like him already. Is he off limits to you at that point, or is it so long ago it's not a problem?
That's never happened.
Okay.
But how old am I currently? Because I mean, high school is a
33.
really long time ago.
33.
And it's high school?
Yeah.
He's not off limits. I'm sorry, sis.
This is your
Did you say best friend? You did say best friend. Oh. Dang, why she gotta be my best friend?
This is a question that tell you you're shady or not.
She's my best friend, like my best friend.
Yes.
Then yeah, he's completely off limits. And if this is somebody that I just go out with occasionally, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all
She
got a
don't-
lot
right.
of them.
Right, we got
Y'all got a ton
associate
of-
friend, right?
Yeah.
But my best friend, no, he's definitely off limits. I'll respect that, and I say that because, I mean, 10 years they can still very much bump into each other and that be a thing because they had a thing. May it be a kiss or whatever. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you coming out. That's our time for the day, y'all. Tiff,
Thank you.
tell them again where they can find you at.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Tiffany Feliciano. I'm going to spell that for you. That's Tiffany. My last name is spelled Felicia N-O, which is Feliciano. Thank you.
And like I said, I am CO. You can catch me at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. We out.